see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
Cars, it's basically, it's like any other hobby really. People that are into golf, you know, sports, things like that. It's just like another escape, if you get what I mean. You enjoy working with cars, enjoy messing with them, driving them.
As long as I can remember, being into cars, just like cars, just obsessed with the things. Even since a little kid, I had loads of toy cars. My mum actually says to me that I didn't grow up, my toys just got bigger with me. Because as a kid I had hundreds of toy cars and a toy garage and everything else, and I just got a real garage and hundreds of real cars. I suppose inspiration-wise, you know, I used to watch a lot of sort of like Formula One and stuff. Ayrton Senna was one of my heroes as a kid, and then Colin McRae. Used to love the rallying, watching rallying.
Arcade racer games, you know, Gran Turismo, things like that. That's kind of how I got into the car side of things. I've actually got a Mazda GTR as well. I was on Gran Turismo 2 back in the day, and I actually played that, raced that car, and I just thought, I want that car when I grow up. So I went out and bought it.
This is my hobby unit that I was sort of building cars in and just messing about in. Did have a garage with 7 staff. Back in November, I was welding the van up, van caught fire, completely destroyed the workshop. It was like 18 years of work gone up in smoke in about 2 hours. Completely devastating, and you know, is still having a massive impact now really. Hence I'm sort of doing a bit of work out of here, sort of turning around now and going, well actually, you know, what can you make good out of this? Can you make something better? Can you build it back better? And in the meantime, just keep buying more cars to keep myself happy. So Mercedes CLK 55, I've run that for about a year or so. It's rotted. Celica GT4, bought this about nearly a year ago. This one I've had for 17 years, 18 years nearly. E30 that I bought a few months back. As you can see, Project. This one is my competition drift car I've been using for the last couple of years. That one bought a couple of months back, needs a respray. Porsche Boxster, that's just for braking. This one, S13. And then this one was just a little bit of a trip down memory lane really. I bought this one because my first car was an MG Metro. Feeling the seating position just reminded me of my first car, so don't even know what I'm going to do with that. A lot of the cars I buy, I don't actually particularly seek a particular car or anything like that. I just come across and go, I like that, I'm going to buy that. Either fix it, sell it on, whatever it may be, you know, and half the time I end up keeping it. Hence why I've got like probably 30, 40 cars lying around that I've got nowhere to put at the minute. Definitely an obsession. It's definitely obsessive. There's probably some sort of like problem that they'll come about and say, oh, you know, there's treatment for this one day. But until that point, yeah.
My favourite car is the Datsun drift truck, the one parked outside. I had so much fun building that. Basically, 50-year-old Datsun, built in 1973. It was different, I saw it and it was different, I thought I want that. So it handled really bad and it drove really bad, and I thought I'll make it into a drift truck. Underneath it's RX-8 kit under it, so it's got RX-8 drift kit on it, things like that. Got a Nissan 350Z engine with a turbo on it. It's basically completely custom. If you just kind of look at it, it's not really obvious what it is, and you start paying attention to it, and then that's when you notice like all the work that's gone onto it.
One of my favourites is probably one. I've got a couple of 996 Porsches. I bought a 996 Porsche, must be 5-6 years ago, and I drove to Monaco and it's going much a Grand Prix. I literally bought it a day before and then spent 6 days driving to Monaco via Germany, Porsche Museum, and then drove back up through France via Reims and all the rest of it. And like, it was a 911 Porsche, and I always wanted a 911 Porsche ever since I was a kid. I think it was just the fact that like I worked damn hard for years and years and years, and I just went, you know, okay, here's a car that you've always wanted, buy it. It's a combination of art and engineering, isn't it? It's the look of something, it's the art of it, and the sort of creativity that comes with building them. It's a combination of the two things, not very much in that will actually combine art and engineering. You're either a mathematician or you're an artist, and I think it's that combination of the two things.
Obviously you can spend no money on your car, but as soon as you start modifying it, you do one little bit, and then it kind of goes from there, and you go, I'll get a suspension kit for my car, and then you go, well, I'll get some alloys for my car, and then I'll get like a turbo for my car. Before you know it, your everyday car is a money pit now.
You know, you've got to respect anybody that will spend years of their life sometimes in their garage on their own, cutting things up and grinding things up and welding things up to make the car they want, even if it's not perfect when it's finished. Like, my whole life is about finding out how a car works and how to make a car better, or how to do something with the car. You know, I don't think there's anything negative about a guy that spends all his time in a garage, other than when your missus is involved. They think it's negative, but most of my friends I have are met through cars. So generally people come down and hang around down here and chat to me about their car, or chat to me about whatever life issues they got or whatever, and we're just messing about with the car.
Most of my friends are from the car side of things. Even though some people have moved away from it or got families, things like that, I've still got friends that originated from the area. It's a brilliant thing to get into. You're meeting with people that are on your level. Like my car, I take that to an event, you know, and people, I don't even know people, and they're like, oh, what have you done, and what's this, and etc, etc. So it is really good. Years ago it was a bit darker, you know, like a lot of club segregation, things like that. But in recent years, people have just started to enjoy it a lot more. You have like cars and coffee, where you can literally, you just get in your car, you just go to your event. I'm quite introverted myself. I'm not a massive fan of people. So in a normal life, people like me, we tend to just like not go out a lot, not do a lot of things because we don't know a lot of people. But being in the car community, I meet like-minded people, and then you can, you know, you get friends from that as well. I met Dave through cars, and we share a unit here. I've met loads of other people, and we might go to, like an arcade or something, you know, or go out for a drink.
It's impacted me in an amazing way. Obviously, look at us, look at where we are. We're just one big happy family, and that's all you want. You want to be able to come out, do this, weekend, day in, day out, and do it every day.
The easiest way to a car guy's heart is to talk about his car. But once you start talking to people about the car, oh, I like that. It might be the same car as yours, exactly. And you just say, that's nice.
Yeah, nice.
Just a little bit of respect, and then you just start making mates. You know who's decent.
It used to be the sort of thing I was into, and I sort of got out of it after falling out with a few people and stuff and what have you. Recently I found myself sort of drawn to these places again and getting back into it, and actually it's quite nice sometimes just to go and stand around talking cars, like just chatting to people, and everyone will just have a conversation with you because you're all there for the same reason. You're all there to look at cars and talk stupid things about cars. That's
I mean, I like the fact that it unites so many people, whether it's motorsport or whether it's can we say it, shitboxes, because it's all part of the automotive laws.
You can just look behind you and see both of ours. Most people would just say that they're just normal cars, but they're not. It's just an easy way to express yourself without saying a word, really.
Cars, working with cars, it's kind of like an escape. Not only is it like an enjoyable hobby, but you can take your mind off things. Also, the people you meet along the way, you do get really good friends. These are like lifelong friends. You will stick with them throughout life. You do meet some really great people out of it.
You just meet all the different people along the way, and they've all got that common ground. I've got friends all over the world from it. The obsession with like four-wheel tin boxes, as they essentially are. Yeah, I like cars. You can't do any more than that, can you?